We've got the information you need. Turn us on at home, work, and in the car. AM 1300 KGLO.
Well, Meredith Wilson's The Music Man takes to the stage of the North Iowa Area Community College Auditorium coming up on Tuesday and Wednesday. And we are thrilled here on KGLO to be joined by the actor who will be playing Harold Hill, Elliott Andrews. He's on our KGLO live line today. Elliott, thanks a lot for taking some time out to join us. And we appreciate you taking the time, and we look forward to the production coming out here.
Yeah, thanks for having me. Good to talk to you.
Well, first of all, let's just, why don't we just fill everybody in, our listeners, a little bit about what your background is, things like where you grew up, and, obviously you have a lot of credits to your resume as well.
Sure, yeah. Okay, so I grew up in totally suburban Chicago, a Midwestern boy for sure. I grew up in Naperville, Illinois. I went to school in Kalamazoo, Michigan, and then I've been in New York for the past 12 years, just singing and dancing when they'll let me, traveling a lot.
And just talk about the process of how that you had to go through in landing the role of Harold Hill in this production of The Music Man.
Yeah, so Music Man is really, it's a special show to me. This is one, my family's kind of medium on musicals. They like them more now that they employ me. They're becoming enthusiasts. But this is my third production of The Music Man. I got to do it with the orchestra down in Gainesville, Florida. And then I got to do it out on Long Island last summer. And then here I am feeling very lucky, very grateful to be a part of the national tour. And
this national tour is what, almost 100 cities? Did I read correctly?
Yeah, we're hitting a lot of them. I'll be honest. My mom keeps texting me being like, hey, I got a friend coming to see you in a month. And I'm like, Mom, I can only plan about 2 days ahead. So yeah, we hit a lot of cities, but I'm focused at, one at a time, one show at a time. Excited to come to Iowa.
Oh, well, maybe give us a quick overview of some of the rest of your cast members and what they've done to help with this performance.
Yeah, I feel very lucky to play the Music Man in The Music Man, but I have this conversation a lot, which is like, this show is so not about me. This is the most collaborative thing. I think musical theater is about as collaborative as it gets between, especially with a tour. Like we are nothing without our crew. Our crew is incredible on this tour. Our crew, our bands, our musicians, the rest of the cast is amazing. These dancers are absolutely dancing every night. Their toe touches are just as high every night, and I continue to be so impressed. I feel very thankful. Elizabeth Diuto is my Marion, and she's a pleasure to work with. This really is. We're having a good time touring with it, and excited to have people come out and see what we're up to.
Well, you've been on the road for about 2 months with this cast, and maybe talk about how you've grown into this role of Harold Hill.
Yeah, how have I grown? That's a good question. Like I said, this is the third time I've done it.
Sure.
So I definitely have done a lot of work with our director, Matt, our producer, Dan, and our choreographer, Josh, who have shaped this. This is definitely a different one that I'm doing from maybe the first two that I've done. But I feel like we've talked about this a lot. People have been like, how do you prepare, blah, blah, blah. This show is so good. The script is so good. The jokes are so good. The music is so good. You will be tapping your toes and leaving humming these songs. That Harold's a heavy lift, I'll admit. There's a lot of words. But I had an acting teacher once just say, look him in the eyes and say the words. And I think that's it. So I love doing the show. I don't feel like I have to put too much on it because the text itself is so great. I get to just show up, look them in the eyes and say the words and have a lot of fun out there on that stage.
And you've done, some other musicals in the past as well. And, is this role more complicated maybe than some of the other roles? Because obviously it seems like, for Mason Cityans that are very familiar with this, it's a very active role.
Yeah, I feel like this is the Mecca, our performances in Iowa. Is it complicated? Yeah, but every show has their own challenges, and one of the challenges on this show is just volume of words, especially for me, for Harold, between Trouble and the Trouble reprise going into '76, Saturday Wiser Girl, Marion. Like, there's a lot, but there's no way to it but through it. You just gotta sit down, memorize them, and what's nice is I did grow up with the show a little bit, so it wasn't too crazy to get all this stuff down. And then once you have it, you have it. So I feel very lucky to get out there and do it every night.
Do you have a favorite song or a favorite portion of the show?
Yeah, Sadder But Wiser Girl is my favorite song. There's Seth MacFarlane, who did Family Guy, also does like just big band music. And there's a cover that he released several years ago that I have just been in love with. But I love also, in the context of the show, something that's interesting about this show relative to a lot of others is, yes, Harold's a con man, so a lot of this is performing, right? In most musicals, the rule goes, if you study the form, I cannot speak, therefore I sing. It's when your emotions get so heightened you can't deal with it. You have to sing Maria, Maria, Maria in West Side, right? But in this, what's interesting is these are kind of little performances for the town. This is kind of a script he's following. He goes to every town and does this thing. And so what I love about Sadder But Wiser Girl is in Music Man, I just happen upon my old friend Marcellus. He just happens to be in River City. And that is the one moment in the show, a performance, until the end, until, the love story and the earnestness at the end of the show. But that is the one, like, true song and dance number that is a little earnest and a little more just like having fun with my friend, rather than any nefarious intention. Well,
talk about, everybody coming here to Mason City, where Meredith Willson grew up and modeled the town of River City after. I'm sure that the cast and you especially are kind of a buzz about looking forward to getting here, seeing what River City's all about, and performing in Meredith Willson's hometown.
Yeah, I feel like the pressure's on, right? I feel like we're doing the show about Iowa for the Iowans. I'm totally from the Midwest. I actually spent a summer at the Clinton Showboat Theater in Iowa, summer of 2012. I performed in Iowa all summer. We did 7 shows. So yeah, we're excited. There's a museum, is my understanding, about Meredith Willson. So we're going to get out there and, soak up as much as we can.
It will be fun to see all the cast members going through that museum, which has a lot of Meredith Willson memorabilia and a lot of stuff, obviously, from the Music Man when it premiered. The movie premiered here in 1962. Anything else you want to add to share with people or listeners about the musical itself that you'll be performing on Tuesday and Wednesday night, or anything about your trip here to Mason City?
Yeah, something that keeps getting brought up to me when we go out. I'll come out and meet you after the show if you want to say hi. But people keep being like, "I'm so thankful you guys are here," and I want to lift all theater, celebrate all, touring communities. But a lot of these bills we're on. It's the Beetlejuice musical. It's Mrs. Doubtfire. It's Wicked's coming through, and Lion King's coming through, and all of those are brilliant, brilliant musicals. But I think we are scratching an itch for a old school musical theater, musical comedy lover that a lot of other shows aren't providing. Through no fault of their own. They're just a different style of musical. So I think especially for, I'll say it, my parents, and I think some of the generation that is dying to come out to see a Sunday matinee, we are here to give you exactly what you're looking for. We are doing an old school musical theater comedy, and from what everybody's reported back to me, we are doing it right. So I'm excited to get there and let it fly.
Well, we're always excited for, obviously the Music Man, when it's been on Broadway, it's had 3 revivals. It had the original stretch back in the 50s. And then, of course, it's been, the revival a couple of different times on Broadway. So this is just a musical that just keeps coming back and still is popular down the high school levels. And obviously you give a great opportunity to be Harold Hill, which, obviously to all of us at Mason City is the premier Broadway role. Yeah. It's one of the touring houses we're going to posted a photo of all the Broadway revivals and touring company guys who've done it. And it was Robert Preston. Dick Van Dyke did a little run of it. Craig Bierko, and then obviously Hugh Jackman. And
I don't know. I'm not those guys, but to have my name on that list feels crazy. I feel so lucky. Yeah, it's good. We have a fun time doing the show.
All right. Anything else you want to add before we let you go?
No, thank you so much for having me. Y'all have a great day.
All right. We appreciate it. Elliott Andrews, who is going to be with us on Tuesday and Wednesday in Mesa City, performing the role of Harold Hill in The Music Man at the North Iowa Area Community College Auditorium. Your hometown news station is AM 1300 KGLO.